Welcome to US Classic Muscle Cars. Today we're here at Midway Dodge with Steven. Hi Steven, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Now can you tell us a little bit about Midway Dodge?
Midway Dodge is a family-owned and operated business for nearly 30 years in the same location. We specialize in second chance financing on pre-owned vehicles for customers, as well as plenty of new car deals.
Okay. Now we do have two good-looking cars here. Can you tell me a little bit about this car today?
That right there is a 2016 Dodge Charger Hellcat. That's 707 horsepower supercharged V8 Hemi. I'm sure you probably heard a little bit about a Hemi being in the muscle car business, right? Street racing and technology in this vehicle, 707 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque. I mean, take a walk around the vehicle and see a few of the things about it that stand out compared to many of the other vehicles you see in the market.
Tell me about the rims and the wheels of the car.
You got 20-inch rims here, black painted. You can kind of stand out a little bit more with the black paint on the vehicle as well, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely.
Nice Brembo brakes, good for racing. This vehicle right here, right out of the showroom, is ready to go on the track if you wanted to. And you could use it for just driving back and forth to get your groceries, going to church on Sunday, or really tearing up some asphalt on a track.
Okay. Now show me the interior of the car.
You find luxury interior in this muscle car that you never found in any other vehicle like it. Suede leather mixture. I mean, have a seat in there and see how comfortable that is. Notice the way that the seats also have wraparound for you. The bolstering on the side here to help keep you sitting in place a little bit better when you're taking those turns at 75 miles an hour.
Tell me a little bit about the dashboard.
Notice on there you have paddle shifters, so this is an automatic transmission, but you have the controllability of a manual, so you can change gears manually without having to push in the clutch, so you don't have to do any more of that two-footed driving like you used to in an older muscle car. It's kind of neat. Anybody can drive it. Hey Marlene, have a seat inside this Hellcat. I want you to notice as you sit in that seat again, I was just talking about how the bolstering on the sides of the seat, if you notice how it starts to wrap around in your sides as well as on your legs there, again helping you keep more comfortable and more secure in your position. This triple black Hellcat that you're sitting in right now, notice also the special edition red seat belts that are in there. Everything else in the vehicle being black except for your red-faced gauges as well. These are all things that are standalone on the Hellcat that you don't find on the other vehicles. Kind of neat. Notice your leather-wrapped steering wheel. Put your hands around that, feel that. So you get a nice, good grip of that. And if you have your hands at the 9 and 3 position, notice with your fingers, you can feel back here the paddle shifters. That's all I was telling you before, how you can change the gears manually without having to use a clutch. Kind of neat feature there. Multi-adjustment power seat to guarantee that no matter what size you are, you're going to find some comfort in the vehicle. Whether you need to sit a little bit closer, a little bit higher, or a little bit leaned back, I'm sure you'll be comfortable. That's nice. Marlene, you find this comfortable?
Yes, very comfortable.
Nice layout of everything in the dashboard, easy to read, right?
Definitely is.
Kind of neat, huh? A lot of little buttons though, huh?
Yeah.
You know, it kind of makes you feel like you're in an airplane with all this computer control. Notice that 8.4-inch touchscreen that you have there. That thing there gives you all the conveniences that you need in a modern vehicle, such as links to your satellite radio, connections to your Bluetooth device, whether it's your phone or whatever else it might be, as well as your navigation system. So no matter where you go, you'll be able to find your way around with that.
It sounds like a great car. It looks very nice. The interior is very nice. It's very comfortable. Plenty of room for the whole family too, right? Definitely. You could fit 3 people back there.
Where else are you going to find 707 horsepower, 4 doors, and room for 5 full-size adults?
And how much torque?
650 foot-pounds.
Nice.
So if you notice that you're looking at that 8.4-inch touchscreen, right now you're displayed on the Radial Mode. At the bottom of that screen, you see a few little icons for different features that it offers. The first one you see that's lit up right now, again, is radio. You could switch over to media, which would be a connection to your Bluetooth music device inside of your phone. There's also the controls for your heated seats, so that's kind of a neat feature. Not like the old ways where you had to push a little button on the side of the seat. Now you just push a button on your screen. In fact, when you hit the remote start of this vehicle, it'll also engage a heated steering wheel with your heated seats. So that's kind of nice. You'll come out to a vehicle that's already warmed up and ready to go. Notice there's also some different apps that are available too with Uconnect from Chrysler. Then you have your touchscreen climate control. So not only can you do everything analog down here, the old way if you wanted to turn dials to pick the temperature and the control that you like, or you can actually go right here and do everything touchscreen. So that's kind of neat. Again, your heated seats are in the middle there. You see also air-conditioned seats, your heated steering wheel, dual-zone climate control. So you can actually have a full 30 degrees of separation. You can actually have 90-degree heat coming out of this vent and 60-degree cold air coming out of the vent right next to it. So that's kind of neat, a full 30 degrees of separation. And then also you notice next to your climate control at the bottom of the touch screen, you see NAV. That's for your nav. So again, like I was saying, no matter where you are, you'll always be able to find your way around. And last but not least, on that bottom part of the touch screen is the access to your phone. So you can dial from the touch screen if you don't want to dial from your phone, or if you don't want to use the voice activated system. The nav. Now notice you have four choices there. You can go your where to, so if you wanted to, you could actually speak or type in your destination and the vehicle will pick it up and give you directions on how to get there from where you're at right now. Or you could go to your view map if you like, and then it gives you a nice display of where you're at right now. And if you notice, it's got all those little highlights right there. It tells you that you're right here on Pulaski, you know, that it tells you the direction you're facing, that you're facing west right now. I mean, you can see that you're legitimately almost right on the corner of 48th and Pulaski, facing west, right out of our showroom. Different things. You know, your average miles per gallon, distance till empty, the time you've traveled, miles on the vehicle, what radio station you're listening to, which is in case you're on your nav screen, you can still see it up here.
Now, this is a brand new car, or
this is brand new, 11 miles only on it, brand new. The one next to us is used. So again, you could start with your speedometer, a digital display of that, which gives you a little bit more of an accurate reading than the old analog dial. And that one's telling you your horsepower that you're running while you're accelerating or driving or whatever you're doing. So that's kind of neat. You know, from a standstill right now, the engine's not running, it's producing 0 horsepower. But I guess what this is designed to shows you can read up to a maximum of 750, which of course, like you were mentioning the Demon earlier, when that vehicle comes out, they're going to have to tweak that a little bit in the computer to be able to show the full 840 horsepower that vehicle will produce.
So Steve, I know what you're talking about now. This car is nice, it's comfortable, and you just feel like you can take off and hit 100 miles. Or just
more than that. How about 125?
125?
And a quarter mile in about 11 seconds.
Wow, nice. We have the keys ready. I recommend you to come down to Midway Dodge and come pick it up. Now that we looked at this interior and we know that it looks great, let's take a look at the monster of the car.
Not a problem. You want to see what makes this heart beat? .2 liters of pure Hemi power. That's supercharged Hemi power. Again, that's what's producing your 707 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque. And take a look under here. You remember, you know, some of these vehicles, this engine, I mean, look at how much room you still have to operate around here. So if you needed to check your oil or any of that kind of stuff on your own, you can still do it for those of us who like to do their own work on a car. You know, it's not like some of these other cars on the market where you open the hood, there's not an inch of space to work with anymore, and you've got to take it back to work on it. These you can get a little bit of work done here yourself, and there's still plenty of performance mods too if you wanted to even add more power to this vehicle. So you're looking at that 6.2 liter Hemi supercharged V8. You know, it gets its name Hemi because of the fact that it has a hemispherical combustion chamber. You know, it's if you know a little bit about motors, the old, you know, the way the engine is, it's just a flat top where your piston comes up in the combustion chamber. With the Hemi, it's got a hemispherical shape on it, kind of like a half dome, I guess you could say, that allows it to create a little bit of a stronger combustion, forcing those pistons down even harder, creating all that extra torque we were talking about before, at 650 foot-pounds. Again, where are you going to find 707 horsepower to drive to church in on Sunday morning and down the track on a Sunday afternoon?
Exactly. So now that you showed us this car, now can you tell our viewers how they can get the keys to this car?
Well, you got good credit, no credit, bad credit, little money down, a lot of money down, bankruptcies, repossessions, whatever it might be, whatever the situation is, come and see me, Steve, at 4747 South Pulaski in Chicago, or call me at 773-376-8060. Or if you're a little lazy like me, you can just type in midwaydodge.com.
All right, well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share and like our videos.